to talk about all the different, hold on. Okay, so next class is your midterm exam. 40 questions, multiple choice.
Hyped.
Whoop, whoop. So 40 questions, multiple choice. You will not do B lunch. I need to get with Dr. Cronin. My plan is to send you to A lunch.
Yeah.
So you'll go to A lunch. My plan is A lunch, midterm, without interruption. So then when you have the whole 90 minutes. So today is your review day, and it's your day to get your head straight with whatever you need. No excuses. It is a productive, get stuff done day. All right. So this little salmon sheet of paper is just to make sure that you know what I'm collecting, what I'm grading, what counts, what doesn't count. Okay, so those 6 eCart scores, in my mind, that's a priority because they will count as a SIS quiz score. Thank you. They will count as a quiz score. So we need to make sure that you're helping your quarter 3 grade when it comes to taking full advantage of opportunities, okay? So if you notice, I keep waiting for somebody to know this 60, one of the quizzes is worth 12. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 12 makes 62. So there's a potential for some extra credit there. Are you with me?
Wow.
Right? So we want to make sure that we do these e-cards. Now, I've had a couple questions about the e-cards. Forrest says, when I go to review my answers, it just shows me it shows me all the ones I got right. So if you got a 9 out of 10, scroll through and look for the one that's missing. So scroll through and you'll see the answers to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Which one did you get wrong?
6.
So go back and look at 6, okay? So questions on the e-cards. Every year there's one kid that just chooses to not do the e-cards at all. And that always blows my mind. So when it comes time for you to get ready to get moving today, that's where you're going to start at the e-cards. Okay, next comes a notebook weed out, clean out. If you haven't gotten organized yet with your notes, now it's time. Because what we're asking for you to do is page through and look at every single note. Make sure they're in the right order. You can use my notebook if you need. Take out any past homework or quizzes from first and second quarter that you don't need anymore. Read back through your note pages. Talk to them. You talk to your note pages. Get a highlighter. Get a pen of another color. And go through and really interact with your note pages. Any big ideas or sketches are going to go on your golden ticket. Your golden ticket here, again, we're keeping track of your e-card scores, but what I'm looking at is Unit 1 big ideas, Unit 2 big ideas, Unit 3 big ideas, and that can go in the inbox today. So if you finish this, you can go ahead and turn this in today. Okay, so we're turning in the golden ticket, we're turning in the e-card scores. Any questions on what's on the front of this piece of paper? All right, flip it over. On the back of the piece of paper, you had, over the weekend, this packet number 1 to do for homework. So packet number 1, we gave you, had notes for chapter 1 and practices, notes for chapter 2, practices, notes for chapter 3, practices, notes for no, that's all, just unit 3, and practices. That was due today, and I'm going to want it turned into me when it's finished. So if you haven't finished working on the packet, that's your next thing to do. And there's 3 sets of keys. See where you see the pink and the yellow and the green? Unit 1 is pink, Unit 2 is yellow, Unit 3 is green. And then you can check your answers there. Everyone got that? Okay. Your next assignment is then going to be picking up that same packet for Units 4 and 5. This one's only a 2-pager because we didn't think you needed more practice problems for Unit 6. You just did all that to take the test. So this one is only 2 pages. And notice there's no name or anything on it, so you can come get the stapler and staple it all together. So you're going to get a homework grade for doing all of it. Those answers are blue and purple.
So we don't turn this in until we finish the next one, right?
True.
And we staple it on.
True.
All right.
Okay. Lastly, so notice I put in turn in when finished, collected. It's packets 1 and 2 together. You can staple them together. So what I'm collecting from everybody, e-cart, scores, golden tickets, and the 2 review packets stapled together. So the e-carts you don't have to turn in, you just take them and I get the scores. So 2 pieces of paper enter into my inbox, the golden ticket when you're finished, and the 2 stapled together packets. Done?
The e-cards aren't due today, right? It says on here it's going to 16.
The e-cards are not due until the day of the test. Nothing's due until the day of the test. So if you walk in on Wednesday, you turn everything into the inbox, you're good. Okay? All right. This last thing I have for you is a practice midterm. So what we did was we made a similar, but a little bit different. So if you're like, man, I do better if I could see what it looks like and I could take a practice test. Okay? What is this word that's written right here? Do you have to do it?
No.
So if you're overwhelmed by, holy crap, that's a lot of work, I don't have that kind of time, we have you turning in the stuff that we think is important, but I know some people want more practice, and you're welcome to take that optional review packet. Go ahead.
Oh, never mind. I'll just saw it.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you get extra credit for doing it?
Mm-mm.
It's not going to be a homework grade?
The only extra credit that you get for doing it is maybe you'll end up doing better on the test because you have more practice.
You said there's like an e-cart score sheet. Is that just the golden ticket or?
Yeah, the golden ticket just has that place to score your e-cards. All right. So lastly, I want to show you what is on Schoology for you. So if you go to our Schoology course, you'll go ahead and see this yellow folder here is called Midterm Review. And if you go in there, here's an extra copy of the golden ticket. And notice that says turn in when you're finished. Here is the unit 1 through 6 notes and practice questions. That's the 2 packets. And the key, if you don't get to checking your answers on the wall, the key is attached here to this assignment. So if you don't get to any of that today, that's fine. The key is there. Your next assignment is this practice midterm, and the key is included in this. So if you don't pick up this packet, there's nothing wrong with you opening this up. And as you go through, this very last page has all of your answers at the end. So we're totally banking on the philosophy here that with practice comes speed and accuracy. So what we want you to know is if you walk into this midterm on Wednesday, having completed all the practice and asked all your questions and organized your notes, you're ready. With practice comes speed and accuracy. You've practiced. And that's what today's class is all about. So when we get to where I have on this salmon colored sheet, and by the way, this salmon colored sheet is just for you. You don't have to turn this in to me. It's just for you to keep track. once you get to this practice midterm, if you would rather get out the whiteboards and the markers and the erasers and do showdown and do practice questions with your friends so that you can talk and compare, because whenever you talk about the math, it deepens your level of understanding of the math. So if you and your friends reach a point where you would like to say, hey, can we do showdown and do the midterm, then we'll find a place for you. I'll give you a packet, you get out the markers and the whiteboards and the erasers, and you're good to go. If you are like, I really want to do the practice, but I don't really have a group that wants to do it with me, then you can always jump in and join another group that I get going. So please don't think that you have to have a group of 4 already started. You come to me, and I'll put you in with whatever group can absorb one more person. Sound okay?
Yes.
Your job today is going to be get some work done. I'm going to log into eCart, and I'm going to look at where you are. If I find that you're one of my friends that hasn't done stuff, I'm going to come after you first. At any point in time, any questions you have, you walk up to me and you ask. Got it? What questions do we have before I set you loose?
There isn't gonna be like any extra homework given today, but besides the work that you.
There's one extra piece of homework that everyone needs to do, Ethan, and that is the second part of the packet you already got. The notes and practice for unit 4 and 5.
Okay, but that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
If you want to do the practice midterm, it's available to you, but you don't have to pick it up if you don't want to.
Yeah, okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both of these piles over here. So here's the practice test. If you want to take one, drop on. And here is the second part of the packet. And I think what I'm going to do is also put the staplers over there so that when you go pick it up, you can staple it right away to your parent packet. And attach them so you get credit for the whole thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What other questions are on your mind? All right, make good use of your time and your mark, say go.
Okay.